recorded actually. So I'm recording it. Just in case, Linda, may you record it as well?
Yes. Yes. And why don't you just quickly introduce what we're doing here again, real quick, real quick.
Okay. I just want to say again, hi everyone. We are doing an art therapy session. The Teen Stream Mental Health Hub and Arts Hub is in charge of this art therapy session. And we have here Cecilia introducing what art therapy is. So Cecilia, if you can go back.
So hello everyone. So I'm a therapist, art therapist and psychologist from Uruguay. And I will be talking of art therapy since I've been working this one for some years. And I love really this technique because I feel it has, it is so powerful and transformative. So to begin with, let's talk about what's art therapy. And as its own words describes, it's a combination of creative process and psychotherapy, facilitating self-expression and communication. So I like to think art therapy as a journey from known territories, from what we know of ourselves, to new ones. And this is while using art media as its primary form of communication. So art therapy takes place in educational, medical, and rehabilitation settings, as well as in private practices and mental health clinics. So it's a trip of creation through active art making, creative process, and human experience in a safety context and a space of intimacy where, where there is no right or wrong to do things. I find this particular point very, very important because you don't have to have any special ability or artistic ability or talent to participate in art therapy, because it's not about the finished product or what we do, but it's about what we really focus on is in the creative process. So people of all ages, from children, teens, and adults can benefit from it. What I have lived in my experience is that many times young children can draw, sing, and dance and participate in this kind of activities without worrying about their abilities. But we usually, while we grown up, we often lose this freedom and begin to be more like self-conscious and to evaluate how the quality of what we do or how we believe artistic things should look like. So we might become viewers of others' art, and then we lose those many benefits of creative self-expression. So art therapists are here like in a way to guide people to connect again or reconnect with these creative practices that support mental health and that help with life challenges and uncertainties that we all have in life. So we offer a space of flexibility, non-judgment, and freedom. These are like very, very important things of the space we create. So we are, as art therapists, we should be able to support and provide a safe place to access inspired creative experiences and explorations. And I think like the key of this experience and of art therapy is to explore our own emotions using this artistic language. And while doing so, we get like to be and develop self-awareness. So we get to elaborate and feel and think how we feel about what's happening in our lives, how we feel with ourselves, with others, with issues we might be having. So it's a process of self-discovery that gives us a space to express our feelings and and to, in a way, take control of what's happening in our lives. Like we really become protagonists in a way. And I really like what Georgia O'Keeffe said when she said, I found I could say things with colors and shapes that I couldn't say any other way, things I had no words for. And I think this quote represents really, really good what our therapy is about, because while we work with art, we get to create another kind of language that it's, for me, it's the most powerful and transformative language, because it's our own language. So I think this is so, so important. And using imagery, color, and shape as part of this creative process, thoughts and feelings can be expressed. And many times, like art tells a story, many times we don't find words. So it's very powerful, I think. So our therapy provides an alternative means of communication for those who cannot find, or when we cannot find the words to express, for example, anxiety, pain. So it also makes, in a way, like to break down many walls we might have while talking about things. Like it's another way of being able to work with us. And it's not only about drawing or painting, so we can use like so many languages, artistic languages, from movement, from writing, theater, dancing. It's like a whole world of exploration. And it's also like whatever artistic language is suitable for that person in that particular moment. So we really have to consider how the person that's participating is feeling on the different activities. So the benefits I found, and I can tell you about through my experience, is why we work with art and art therapy. It helps us to adapt to changing conditions and solving problems. We can solve problems from another perspective. It also might help to heal invisible wounds we can have. It promotes self-expression, feelings, emotions, as I have said. It facilitates insight, empathy, and acceptance of others' life challenges. It empowers us and gives us a voice, and I feel this is like very important. It's a moment where you're like really able to speak for yourself and to tell from another language and through words also what's happening and how would you like you to the world to see. So it promotes self-expression, feelings, and emotions, promoting problem solving, as I've been saying as well, to explore and provide insight into traumatic experiences, improve self-esteem, encourage us to develop impersonal skills. So I think these are some of the benefits I've been experiencing as an art therapist and as a client as well, because I had my own experience, and that's why I really have been so touched by this, and I wanted to study it and get like further study and to also like bring it and try to communicate to everyone I meet, really. And so that are some of the things I wanted to share with you. We'll be doing some activities now, and I really encourage you to try and translate your emotional experience into something visual through lines, colors, or whatever you might feel better, and trying to contact on how your body feels. This is, and not being the judgment. I don't know if that's okay, but trying to be honest with yourself. That is, I think, one of the key of the work in art therapy. So, Ryan,
Okay. Thank you, Cecilia. That was really great. Thank you for telling us all that. So art therapy has a lot of different components and benefits. So we hope that through these activities, you'll take all, and what Cecilia just said, you'll take that all away after this whole entire webinar. So next we'll be going on to what our schedule will basically be for all of these activities. So we will be doing 3 different activities. One is like visualizing and understanding your emotions, and then focusing on relaxation. And the last one will be expressing and finding happiness. And all the supplies that you do need for these will be just pencils and paper. But again, like you can get even more supplies if you like to be more creative about it. Like for me, I'll probably be using like my pens or like my gel pens, like all the, so I can bring color into it. But that's all you basically need for all of this, just so you're aware and can grab that now. Um, so we'll first start off with our first activity, which is the mountains and valleys art therapy activities. So the purpose of it is to visualize an idea of what your current emotions are and the highs and lows of your current mental state or situation. So with this, you can basically, we're drawing out mountains and valleys on a piece of paper, and then on the top of the mountains, you draw out or list the highs of your current life or current situations, and on the lows you list them down and where the valleys would be. I believe you guys probably know what mountains and valleys look like. It's just basically, I visualize just like high mountains and then low valleys like that. And so you guys can make it as creative as you want to be, and just list out or draw out certain situations are happening so you can understand where things are at in your life and just kind of figure out like things about it. If anyone has any questions, you may ask now, but we'll be spending the next 10 minutes doing this activity, and then we'll come back to each other and do either show and tell, or we can talk about it. Yeah. So you guys may start now. Mm-hmm. Everyone, so I extended our time to 5 minutes, but can you do a thumbs up reaction if you would like some more time to complete your little project? So you can use the thumbs up reaction feature on the Zoom thing if you would like to continue time. No? Okay, so if you finish, if you finished and you would like to share what you did, you can feel free to do so. You can either just unmute yourself and show it, or you can like just show it to the screen. So would anyone like to share what they did?
I can share.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So this is what I did. Okay, I went for like, I listed and did a little visual representation as well. Because, yeah, I don't know, that's just what felt right. So up here is kind of my highs, my mountains, my peaks. And so I kind of drew like a spiral there, just because when I'm at those moments in my life, that's when I feel like the most like centered and the most like grounded in who I am, and I feel like really like myself, and I'm like really accepting of myself, and like kind of no matter what may be going on, I feel okay, because like I have that, I can like access that sort of like center. I also, when I'm at my peaks, I feel like most connected to other people, and I feel excited about the world, and I feel curious about the world, and I feel confident, which is kind of like represented by like these rays coming out. And then I kind of drew like little drops coming off of this peak going down to the valley, because I guess like even when I'm in this dark space, it can be sometimes hard to relate to this high space. But there's like little bits of it that are there that I know I can reach if I need to. So like there's a little bit of an obscured center in the middle of this mess, but it's there. And so down here is kind of like where I feel like I'm boxed in, and I'm also kind of like fuzzy and messy and blurry, and I have a hard time accessing the things that I'm able to up here, the things that like make me feel most like myself. So down here I feel like more disconnected, a little bit like numbed or muted maybe. I feel kind of like hidden, because that part of me that that I'm able to feel most like myself in is kind of like obscured by whatever may be going on, or what you know, overwhelming emotions or the lack of emotions altogether. So yeah, I think down here is definitely like times when I'm feeling disconnected. That's definitely something that I feel like is really, really important for my well-being, is just like feeling connected to the people that I love. So yeah, down here I kind of drew this because it's like I'm feeling a little disconnected, and I'm also not only from my family and friends, but disconnected from myself. Yeah, so that's that. And then I kind of just wrote, I was kind of thinking about things after I finished this part, just like thinking about the things that, you know, what makes me feel most connected, what are like the actions I do that make me feel most connected. And that's kind of what I wrote down up on these other peaks, was just like kind of reflecting on how I get myself into that space, and how like I can come up to the peak from the valley, I guess.
Yeah. Awesome, Jackie. Thank you. Cecilia, did you want to say anything about that? Because you're listening pretty intently.
Well, thank you for sharing. I think it was great how you could connect with the activity and really share with all us. It might be difficult for some people to share. So I really think it's great you did it and how you did it, and how did you feel? I'd like to know more, like, how was it for you and all of you?
Mm-hmm. So I can like speak on that, like how you know, this whole entire like just being able to like draw things out and have fun for like the past 15 minutes was, for me, it was actually very calming for me to kind of like draw things out. I didn't really, I'll show what I did. I didn't really do a lot because I was having too much fun literally just like coloring, going like this, because I was kind of trying to think of my emotions through colors. So like these are horrible looking mountains. I know it's a no judgment zone, but it's, these are like mountains. So the color green is always like a color that I see when I feel like content, or like it's like the word I think is serene, like because you know it's just it's a calm color for me. And so I think of green whenever I feel like I'm at my highest. And so one of the things I wrote down actually for mine, it kind of relates to Jackie, how like I feel like I'm more connected with people when I am at my highest point. And one of my highest points, like one of the causes to get me to my highest points, are when I do form deeper connections with other people. It makes me very happy. And then there's like other things I did mention in there that like I feel like I'm like learning to find myself when I'm at my highest points. And I just kind of said like one of the reasons, like I just like this random, I like got my driver's license the other day, and I feel like I've kind of just I feel like I kind of just, thank you, you know, feel like I'm kind of like growing up. I'm trying to learn how to like understand myself and kind of like learn how to move forward with everything. And so doing that has also been like a high for me. And then I understand like how Jackie's saying, like for me, like it kind of dips down into like purple, I guess you can say. Um, it dips down to purple, and I just have like different things of like on here about like where I'm still healing from like past things that have happened. And it's kind of like I feel lonely and disconnected too because of like the whole pandemic and everything. And so that's some things, but in the middle I don't know if you could see that, I kind of merged them together, because even though I do have these highs and lows, I still try to keep them in a balance to where I try not to stay so far down low, because it is so difficult to get back up from that headspace sometimes. So I try to strive to be like in the middle of everything or at the higher peaks. But I feel like just this whole entire, just like from this one activity, it's just been very calming and light. Is a lightning the proper term for it? Like it feels better knowing that like I acknowledged all of these like issues of highs and lows. And so that's what I liked about it. And I'm glad, Jackie, you also kind of shared what you did, because like it helps understand that like other people have the same kind of feelings of disconnect, or like just in those certain boxes, or you just feel like when you're at your highest you're able to connect with others, and it's easier like when you're at that headspace. So I'm really glad you shared that too. Yeah. Oh, Annabelle, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I can share super briefly. So I do like a lot of art in my free time, and like whenever I am feeling low, like just doing art always like helps me in general, like in my own personal experience. This is I ended up doing something more of like, so I have like these mountains, and then I did more of like a river, because, and I don't know if you can tell, this is hard to see, but I tried to add some like tributaries, like some smaller rivers going down into it, to kind of represent how like when you're at like your peak or whatever, it's like all these emotions, like they all trickle down into like that very bottom river that can be like really tumultuous and just like awful when you are like in the river. But anyway, so I try to like represent that in my thing. But yeah, I do find even just like the act of just drawing for me has always been like a very calming and relaxing thing. Would anyone else like to share before we move on to the next activity?
Okay, so Cecilia, were you going to say something? Or I'm going to move on to the next. Okay, thank you. I'm going to move on to the next activity. Thank you guys for participating in this one. So next activity, I believe Annabelle is supposed to basically be in charge of it. So if Annabelle, if you can take that away or delegate that to Maria.
Yeah, sure. Let me know if my connection comes out at any point. So the next activity is, it's like a school activity where time on this to be is supposed to be very like loose and not thinking like too deeply about it, and it's really supposed to like bring out creativity. So just like get your piece of paper and without thinking too much about it, just do like random scribbles and then look at what you have, and from there turn it into something, whether it's like a tree or an animal or something. Really try to like use your creativity and like see what you can create out of the scribbles. And this is also just intended to help like be relaxing, and also scribbling in general. I think even that alone is like its own art therapy exercise, and how that can be just like freeing, just like loosely drawing on a piece of paper. So I think we can start. Ryan, how much time do you think we should spend on this?
This one I don't think will take as long as the other one, so we'll end it at 9:50. Okay, so you guys may start. Okay. For this, do you guys still want more time to complete this one? Just give me a thumbs up or something if you need more time or no. Oh, can you guys hear me? I hope you guys can hear me. Okay. I'm not sure if anyone still needs more time, but you can still continue to do it, obviously, if you like. Does anyone want to share what they did for this part?
I can briefly share. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, oh my gosh, the lighting, y'all, we'll see if it works. Can y'all see that?
I see it.
Yeah, you see like a little rose action and then like a dolphin, and then I started doing a moon and some stars. I started off with like 3 kind of wavy, curvy lines. And that's where I ended.
Cute.
It was nice. It was fun. I was kind of like a little, not like scared, but intimidated by this activity, just because I feel like I'll just like, especially when I'm watercoloring, like I'll just start making lines and I have no idea what I'm doing, and then they'll just turn into a bunch of lines that don't make anything but lines. So this kind of took me out of my comfort zone, but I'm happy with the result. So
I'm glad you did go out of your comfort zone for this and that you actually enjoyed it. I know for me, how you said you like scribble with wavy lines. When I scribble, I was like viciously scribbling. I was like having really fun with that, and it actually calmed me, because it's interesting like knowing I guess you can say different types of scribbling, because there's like kind of people who just like, oh, like this. And then I was like here and I was like scribbling, and also I have my audio on with the music playing. So I'm like, I hope everyone can hear my vicious scribbling right now, because it's just me going. Yeah, I guess you mean I'd show you what I drew, but I don't even know what I drew. I just was having fun, just again doing the viciously scribbling, but it was really relaxing just to do that. So if anyone else would like to share what they were doing. I don't know if Annabelle's still here. I kind of want to see what Annabelle drew, because after seeing her mountains and valleys, it was really pretty.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, okay, so I had some scribbles and then I was gonna turn it into a face, but I got distracted talking to my parents because apparently there was an issue with the car. But this is what I have so far of the face. So I have like some scribbles, and then I began like adding eyes and nose, but I still have to do the mouth. Yeah. Okay, would anyone else like to share?
I can share. This is Linda. Can you guys see me? I don't know if you can see me.
We can see you.
Okay.
We can see you.
I literally did a scribble. Can you see this? A scribble.
Hold it back a little bit. Hold it up a little bit.
I can't see myself. There I am. Okay. Can you see that scribble? Yeah, so it was a scribble like you requested. And then I tried to make something out of it by filling in and shading. And I honestly found it extremely relaxing to shade in the little shaded areas, because I had to like decide which areas to shade, which areas not to shade. And then I had to stay within the lines. That was interesting. So I guess for me, it was like, I wasn't worrying about being artistic. I was just trying to relax.
Yeah, I get that.
And what about hearing from all the others?
Augusta, did you want to share?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So I'm obviously not that good as Annabelle, but I don't know if you can see, I like kind of do like a lot of scribbles, and then like I try to like draw like shape with all that. And yep.
Really cool. Okay.
Augusta, can you introduce yourself, where you're from, what you're doing with us?
Okay. So hi everyone, I'm Augusta. I'm from Quito, Ecuador, and I'm part of the art hub and of the plastics hub.
Great, thanks, Augusta.
Okay. I would love to like continue talking about this, but I do think we should move on to the next activity. But again, if anyone wants to share, they can like, I'm gonna share I think mine's funny. Like you don't even know what it is. It's just me going like viciously scribbling. I was trying to make a turtle afterwards, but it didn't work out. But that's not the point. It was me just having fun, relaxing. So yeah. Anyways, we'll go on to the next activity, which is going to be directed by Michelle. So Michelle, take it away.
Hi everyone, I hope you can hopefully hear me right now. But the next activity is going to be drawing our perfect day. So just envision what your perfect day is and just draw it. You can be as detailed or as abstract as you like. And so the purpose of this is to focus on something that you love and happiness. And I think we can start the time now, right?
Yes, so we're gonna actually end this one at 10:10. So this one is kind of shortened to 7 minutes. So yeah, and then we'll go from there. And just by the way, our webinar is gonna be until 11:20, 11:25, just so you guys are aware of that. Yes. Okay. We can start now. Okay, so we can come back now. I want to know if anyone would like to share. Also, I wanted to clarify, sorry if when I say like times, like I think I was saying like 10:50, 10:10 or something like that. That's because I'm in Pacific Standard Time and I forgot that we all have different time zones. So but yeah, you guys can come back now. And if anyone would like to share what they've done so far, that'd be great. Unless you guys would like more time, actually. Oh. Michelle, would you actually, if you're doing it, would you like to share what you've done so far? Mm-hmm.
I actually am not doing it because I'm doing homework because I have something due really soon. And so that's what I've been doing in the background.
Okay, Michelle. Okay, I'm going to share mine then while you guys continue because mine is definitely incomplete, but I want to share it. So you can't even see what I'm really doing, but basically I'll just tell you what my perfect day would be. My perfect day, actually, even though I'm really bad at art, I love like appreciating art. So I always have loved art museums, and my perfect day would actually be going to an art museums with my father because me and him, like 2 years ago, I actually went to like the United Nations for something that was a part of like Teen Stream, and we went to the Met. And he used to live in New York, and he just started talking about all this different art history, things like that I wasn't even aware that he knew about. And it kind of made me form a deeper connection with him because he told me like his experiences of living like in New York, or like just like how he used to have like a AP art history class and things like that. Like it means a lot to me. And so going back and being able to like just go through everything again and like spend hours in like a really large museum, such as the Metropolitan Museum is like, you know, it's really meaningful to me. And then I was in the little paintings that I was trying to create. It's more going to what other things that I like doing. So I used to appreciate a lot. We have at least, I think everyone has this actually. We have like the drive-in movie theaters. I used to like to go to the movies a lot because I'm also I really love movies. And so with all this this pandemic, of course, all the movie theaters are closed, and drive-in movie theaters have actually gone popular, at least where my area is at. So I would hope that I would be able to go. Even technically I got my license, but for us, we're not allowed to drive people until like 1 year after, unless you're over 18 already. So I'm fine with going to a drive-in movie theater by myself because I was still find like happiness through that, and like it'll still make me feel better. So that's what I'm planning to do now since I do have my license. And so basically that's just like me reflecting on like how I can actually make that happen is through just going by myself, even though like it doesn't, to others it might not seem like, oh, that's not fun. It's fun for me, and I really would love to do that. So yeah, if anyone else would like to share what they're doing so far, or what even their perfect day would be, that'd be great.
I'll share mine.
Okay.
So I have it here. I don't know if it's like reversed on the screen, but basically I like the whole day would be spent with my friends because like my friends are what make me happy, and we'd wake up early because I like to make the most out of the day and like have the most time I can get, and it'd be busy. Like I'd make sure that I have something filling every second because I don't like to like lounge. I like to have like planned stuff. I'd play volleyball that day because I play that sport and I really like it and it makes me really happy. For lunch, we'd eat fancy food, and I drew some fancy food there.
Mhm.
And the main event would be we'd go on a hike because I love the outdoors. And when it starts getting to like evening time, we'd play hide and seek because I love hide and seek and I don't think it's appreciated enough. And then finally, like at night, we'd watch Netflix because I think, yeah, this would make my day good.
Mhm. That's awesome. I love your very detailed day. And like, yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying. I like to make the most out of the day as well. It like helps because I remember when I was thinking about too, like I would love to like wake up for like the sunrise, like to go on a like top of a large hill and just like look at the sunrise or something. Like I've done that before and it's so nice and that actually makes me happy. So like I would also want to have a detailed day just how you would. If anyone else would like to go, or even like Cecilia, if you want to say anything about what all of this is, like you can too. But I don't know. Does anyone else? Annabelle, do you want to go? I like looking at your drawings. They're pretty.
Thank you. Sure. So I definitely did this more like literal perfect day. I mean, like for an actual like perfect day, I feel like I have like other people were saying, it would be jam packed, and I just would not know like what to draw of that. So I did like the perfect like sky is blue, birds are singing type of thing. So I didn't finish the sky, but I started drawing some like birds in the sky and like, yeah, just using my pen. So, but yeah, because that, I don't know, this just like, when I think of like a perfect like day, it's like sunny out, the sun always just like makes me happy. And yeah, seeing like wildlife too. So yeah, that was my perfect day drawing.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Okay. So if anyone, I don't know if anyone else will want to share. So you can. Does anyone else want to? No? Okay. So we'll go on to our next. So thank you guys for doing all of these activities. Obviously, I feel like we got a lot out of it and I got to actually connect with you guys because we all don't know each other like one-on-one like that, but even then like through this we were still able to learn about each other and just like get a positive impact out of this. I did want to share different resources that you can take with you and just like utilize it regularly. So more activity ideas, there's different websites that you can go on to so you can actually look at these different websites and take note of them because there's actually a lot of fun different activities. And also it's very easy just to search up like 100 art therapy activities to find and do at home. And then you can also find art therapists in your area. So I know majority of us live in the US, but so you can look up American Art Therapy Association and find art therapists near you. But you can also, try to find, if you live in a more international area, other than US, just search up like art therapists or even just like search around because they're all obviously everywhere. Yeah. And then there's also the resource of just searching art therapists on YouTube. So if you are unable to find art therapists in your area, I know these two art therapists, Erica Pong Art, and then I forgot her name, but her username is Thirsty for Art. They both do different art therapy kind of explanations and kind of more detailed videos about specific emotions that you go through or trying to find certain things are just like different. There's different things that they share and they have like 100 videos about everything and they continue to post regularly. So those are different art therapists you can look into just through YouTube. And yeah, so thank you all for joining us. And Cecilia, if you actually would like to say any final words or anything, you can right now.
I also wanted to say, as art therapy is not about interpretation, I would like you to make you some questions, and then afterwards you can write down whatever you have felt in each one of these activities, so that you can have this moment on your own and really continue to reflect about what happened. And so I would like, for example, if you'd like, and if you feel, you can feel free to do it or not, but in the valley and mountain activities, I would like you to close your eyes for a minute and then try to imagine what would you say to yourself in both positions of just or mountain or valley. So you have like connecting with yourself, be able to tell you some words while you are in the highest points and when you're in the lowest. So try to connect with that.